In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use just resistance bands like this to help build optimal strength and muscle in the legs. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. It's Dr. Mike, and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength and longevity with your body. Now, I understand that many people that are just starting off with resistance training might be a little intimidated using weights like kettlebells or dumbbells or even barbells, or maybe you just don't have access to that type of equipment. And we all know that one cost-effective way that you can add in some resistance training for your exercise is by using resistance bands. Now, this is an easy way that you can add a little bit more load or resistance to the exercises that you're performing. And today I'm going to teach you some effective exercises that you can use at home or on the go to help train your legs and build strength throughout the entire lower body. Now, I treat a lot of patients that have dealt with a lot of knee surgeries and don't have the ability to perform a lot of exercises standing up. So the first exercise I'm going to go over is something that you can simply do sitting down. So if you're recovering from a knee injury or a knee surgery, this is going to be a perfect start to help start training your leg muscles using the resistance bands. Now, the first exercise we're going to get into is the single leg press. And so what we're going to do is we're going to basically take this band and we're going to wrap it over the middle of the foot there. And I like to take the ends of the band and basically wrap it around the wrist so that I'm not using my hand or my grip strength to really try to struggle with this exercise. So I kind of wrap it over my hands there. And now I'm going to use my leg muscles because this exercise is going to be training one leg at a time. And you're going to extend your leg using your quadriceps and your hamstrings to get a full extension of the knee there. You can point your toes slightly upward if you'd like, and then you're gonna slowly control that movement all the way back up, feeling probably a nice good stretch back here on the hip muscle and the glutes. And then you're gonna extend back out again, straightening that leg there, squeezing the quadriceps, feeling a nice good contraction, and then coming back up just like so. And then you're obviously going to want to train both legs at a time to really start getting some good initiation and some quad contraction in the leg there. All right, so the next exercise is going to be a prone hamstring curl. Here we're focusing on the muscles of the hamstring and the glutes. Notice I have the band wrapped around both of my ankles here. And what I'm going to do is basically pull my heels all the way to my bottom. I can lay as flat as I can, really trying to get some good engagement of the hamstring there. And then I'm going to slowly control it on the way back down. Once again, you're trying to get your heel as far as you can back, squeezing that contraction of the hamstring there and the glutes, really trying to ensure that you're not cheating by bending your back or creating this lordosis of the lower back. Really, your focus should be just getting the movement in the lower body and the legs and feeling a nice good contraction of the hamstrings there. All right, moving on to the next exercise, which is going to be the banded squat. This is a great exercise to help build quadricep strength as well as really to challenge your core muscles. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the band and you're going to step onto the band to start creating that initial resistance. And then you're going to just squat down slightly so that you can get your palms right underneath the band, just like so. So almost, if you're familiar with a front squat using a barbell, this is very similar movement. Notice my elbows are close to my body. I'm already feeling the band pulling me down, and I'm using a lot of my core muscles as well as my back muscles to keep me upright. In this position, you're going to lower down into a banded squat, dropping the hips back down, and then you're going to stand up all the way at the top. The nice thing about using the band with this squat exercise is that it forces you to really complete the repetition at the top. Some of us, when we're squatting, we kind of go down and we never fully finish that hip extension. But with use of the band, with constant tension on the glutes and the legs, it's going to force you to really stand up all the way at the top and get that good posture before you go back down for another repetition there, okay? All right, moving on to the next exercise, which is the tall kneeling hip thrust. This is going to really help facilitate what we call a hip hinge as well as really light up those glutes. So after multiple repetitions of maybe 15 to 20 reps, you are gonna really feel the posterior chain, the back of the muscles of the leg working really hard. So notice my knees are placed on a soft foam pad right here. You can use pillows if you're at home, or any type of pad that you have that is going to be easy on the knees while you're on the ground. And also notice the position of the band. It's kind of similar to the same level of my hip crease here, okay? So what you're gonna do is the starting position is going to be with your hips in that full extension. You shouldn't be flexed over starting here. We're gonna be starting with this position here, and now I'm gonna allow the band to fully pull my hips backward, trying to keep my chest as tall as I can, and then I'm gonna open up my hips and bring them forward. So the band is pulling me back into hip flexion, and I'm extending my hips, which is the same action of our glutes, to really help initiate all of the muscles of the back of the hip and the back of the leg, okay? If you feel like this exercise is too easy, you can always move your body away from the stationary object, and this will increase the tension on the band, which will make the exercise more difficult for you. All right, so the last exercise that we're gonna get into is actually one of my favorite exercises, and this is the banded Bulgarian split squats. I've demonstrated this in previous videos on my channel, but here I'm gonna show you how you can use a resistance band to make this exercise more challenging for yourself. The reason why I love this exercise is going to balance out and strengthen one leg at a time, so it's gonna isolate and ensure that you're addressing any imbalances or weaknesses between one leg and the other. So what you're going to do is I'm gonna start off by training my right leg, and so I'm gonna step onto the band here, and then it's easiest to actually wrap the band around the top of your shoulder, just like so. I'm gonna get it a little higher up, because if you have it on your neck, it might be a little uncomfortable. So I have it as low as I can, closer to my shoulder, and then I'm gonna basically stand up and bring the opposite leg behind me, okay? So now in this position, I'm gonna start by dropping my hips straight down towards the ground, feeling a nice good contraction through the glutes and the leg muscles here, and then you're gonna stand up all the way at the top, which is going to be the hardest part of this exercise, because you have the band pulling you down as you are trying to push against it and stand up fully to that upright position. Once again, you'll drop all the way down as far as you can, feeling a nice, good contraction out of the glutes and the hamstrings. And then once you reach your end point there, you're gonna stand up all the way at the top, really finish that position, lock out that hip at the top, and then come down slowly. Then you can come off and then release the band off your neck there. Now, those are some of my favorite exercises that I love to use to help build optimal strength in the legs using just resistance bands. If you found any of these exercises helpful, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel to receive more information on how to build strength and longevity with your body. In the meantime, if you want more information on how to use resistance bands to build a stronger upper body, make sure to click the next video right here. I'll see you later.